Oh. I thought that was me. A small voice anchors me in place. My field of vision opens back up as I take oxygen back into my lungs. While my vision was dark at first, it gradually becomes clear. The face of Il, who called me back, can be seen clearly. While his hands are still placed over my throat, there's almost no strength in them now. Il? Baby? Baby? It's me! Get your hands off my throat, though! When I say his name, he says mine. Yes! Yes! Wake up, baby! Oh, come on, sweetheart! Yes, it's me! As though looking for a place to return, it only repeats my name over and over. Progress! I'll take that! I'm not dead. And then he snaps my neck. The end. Demon King and Angel. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. No, I'm just kidding. Darkness and light intersect and shake the tower leading to the heavens. Oh, they evenly matched? What? Jesus. Accurate and intense attacks. Fitting of the title of a non-human king. As Solidus parses his I can't even talk. As Solidus parses his thoughts about how to deal with him. Ah, I couldn't hear it. A sound echoes from the heavens. The moment he hears it, Solidus, who had been fighting indifferently until then, changes the look on his face. Oh shit. This time it's not sound, as countless lights rain down on Mizir. They soon surround him in all directions and seal his movement. Mizir immediately fills his arm with immense magic power. I say pagic power. With immense magic power to break the barrier, but Retro. You'll kill him. If any time was the time to say it, oh my god, are you serious? Why would you do that to your own? Well, I guess it's his weapon and da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, the god in this game sucks. Aww. At the warning of the voice from the heavens, he hurriedly stops his actions and disperses the magic power he was gathering. Oh, you cheap bastard!
のまま神託に従い行動せよ。ソリトス。
了解。神よ、ご助力感謝いたします。
くそ、待て。
The voice of God stops while watching Solidus fly back up the tower.
どこまでいるよ。物扱いして踏みにじるつもりなんだ。お前らは。
Ooh, wow, you really got angry there. As he fervently undoes the barrier, Meezer can do nothing but see him off with anger. You know what would be like 5-head galaxy brain if he lied about that?
Otome.
Yes, sweetheart. I watch Ill desperately call my name. It's a situation like this, yet joy spreads through my heart, and I want to cry, 'cause he almost just killed me not too long ago. His hands slowly release from around my neck. Ew! I strongly embrace his body. Aww. Yeah. It's okay. I'm right here. If you call for me, I'll answer you as many times as you want. I forget the situation, my fear, and everything. I'm just filled by my thoughts for Ill. Yeah, that's right. Just like Titania said. Even if his emotions have been removed, his soul, his heart, they remain in his body.
神からの信託を受け、かの王を巻いて来てみれば。
No! Fuck them question marks. We know it's Solidus.
何をしている。早く天木琴音を殺せ。もはやその人間はお前にバグを与えるだけの有害なるウイルスだ。
Motherfucker, in these times of the pandemic, that is the worst thing to call me at this point. I am not a harmful virus. You are. He was such a beautiful soul, and you basically wiped him clean. Before I realized it, Solidus had flown into the room at his command. No, sweetheart. No, please. Ill makes no attempt to obey. In fact, I can't talk. He slowly separates himself from me, then faces Solidus, as though shielding me. Yeah, you're coming back! You're coming back!
バカな。あれだけの対策を施したというのに。
Solidus is struck speechless, unable to accept the reality of Ill disobeying his orders.
ふざけるな!
Up until now, he had shown no shred of interest in me, but now he directs intense murderous intent.
この個体は断罪の使徒。我らが神から分離した半身とも言える存在だ。
Wow.
あらゆる無駄を削ぎ落とした最も完璧な洗練された天使の頂点に座する存在。それがお前のような凡庸なる人間に乱されるなどあってなるものか。
He continues to shout in ways that don't seem emotionless. Thank you. I'm like, what the fuck? His wings should be starting to tip black by now. He's been showing emotion way earlier than this.
答えろ、天木琴音。
No!
この個体に何をした？それともミシェル・アレックスが何か施したのか？
I did nothing to him. What a sad person. Wow. Say that to his face. And watch you get, like, eviscerated. He must think that I used some kind of trick on Ill, as though to admonish him. I did nothing to him. All I did was live with him, laughing and smiling together. Quietly. That's all I said. Girl, he about to chuck that spear right through your head. The angry look on Solidus disappears. What the fuck? Oh no! I was joking about the spear thing, but it looks like he's gonna do it for real. By the time I saw it appear, the spear had already been thrust. No! No! Ew, if you get hit, I'm gonna scream. It'll quickly put up a wall of light to stop it, but it couldn't stop the impact. Ah! He's blown away while still shielding me and crashes into the large device behind us. What the fuck? That's an irreplaceable memory of the time he fell. Aww.
これまでは立派に神の命令をこなしてたじゃないか。これからだって逆らわない。だから。
With a loud noise, judgment is concluded.
次の信託だ。第32区画に潜んでいる打天使13体を断罪せよ。
I nod and head over and carry out judgment. For the peace of Kaelm, death to those who would cause change. That is this individual's, the angel of judgment, the angel of judgment's duty. I exist to follow the commands from God. I was only given minimal thought capabilities for this role. Excuse me. Without orders, I simply stand at God's side, and like an unused puppet for viewing. Until a new oracle is issued, years, decades, centuries, I remain asleep in a special nourishing tank. It seems that other apostles are endowed with a degree of autonomous thought and are capable of taking action. But this individual, despite being an angel, is simply a speechless weapon. Thus, such abilities are unnecessary. Uttering any words at all is rare. Until then.
次の信託だ。打天使等から逃亡した追憶の使と2体を追い断罪せよ。
I returned a look of seeking reconfirmation about the stipulated settings. Their creation is most difficult. Is it okay to pass judgment upon apostles?
皇帝だ。神も当古代もまさか使徒が落ちる時が来るとは予想だにしなかったが。だが 人とはいえあの2体はお前や東古代ほど貴重性は高くない。100年ほど時間をかければまた再生産は可能だろう。よって神は断罪を許可された。
Very well, I nod to say, and head to the sector where the designated criminals are hiding. The hell? Something fell. The Apostles of Recollection. Quite unusual among apostles, they are a man and a woman who together are one angel. They manage the long historical records of the heavenly world Kaelm and salvage buried items of the past. Oh, excuse me. They also create new spells. Their duties are specialized around knowledge. Due to our completely different work, my direct contact with them was virtually zero. In search of the two, I descended into a research facility abandoned in the long past. Long in the past, whatever. Criminals discovered. I immediately moved to complete judgment when an intense noise flickered through my brain. My spell vanishes in an instant, and my extended arm falls with no strength. I hear nothing. No voice or command to determine my actions.
よし。新開発したジャミングがうまく起動したな。
Wow.
これで神や神託の使徒からの命令は受信できないわね。
Now I understand. It seems these two used their original spell to temporarily block the connection with God. With the apostle of the oracle also not present, I cannot hear the commands of anyone. Thus, I cannot act at all. Oh, excuse me. With this determined, my actions shut down. However, contrary to my expectation, the Apostles of Recollection neither flee nor counterattack.
ちょっとあなた、そこでぼーっと立っていないで座りなさいな。
そうだね。他の人が来るまではしばらくここでゆっくりするといい。
The two approach and grab my shoulders and forcibly sit me down.
さて、何から話したものかな。いざ雑談しようと思うと言葉に困るね。
そうね。私たちも落ちるまでは最低限しか喋らなかったし。
ああ、それだ。僕たちが落ちた経緯を話そう。それからその時に抱いたこの気持ちのことも。
The Apostles of Recollection make use of my shutdown and start talking about their past. Or you could have just ran. According to them, excuse me. As the Apostles of Recollection, they lived carrying out their duties together for a very long time. One day, during an experiment outside of the tower, a wormhole formed by coincidence, and there was the danger of them being separated. After this accident, as the impetus, the two began each other. After this accident, as the impetus, whatever, the two began to notice each other as opposite sex, and thinking of not wanting to lose the other. In other words, this was the manifestation of emotion, the cause of their fall, the reason for their judgment. I failed to understand half of what they spoke of. What is opposite sex? True, far fewer angels are women in form. Yeah, I'm like, how come we don't see any women angels? But this is simply caused by differing materials used in their creation, and they are treated as no different from men.
やっぱりわからないか。まあ、僕らが話したかっただけだから、別に構わないんだけどね。
でも、それにしても変じゃない？わからないなら疑問ぐらいこぼしてもいいと思うんだけど。
喋る機会がほとんどないのかな。じゃあせっかくだし、試しに声を出してごらん。
ほら、私の真似をしてみて。こうして喉を鳴らすのよ。あーって。
Actually, considering its use for large-scale spells, I should check to determine if there are any malfunctions with my throat. Very well. As indicated, I copy her movement. I vibrate my throat, straining the vocal organ.
そうそう、上手。あなた、とても透明な声をしているのね。
きっと歌ったら誰もが聞き惚れるぐらいに綺麗なんだろうな。
I was merely checking my specs, yet I received praise I don't understand. After that, the apostles of recollection continued speaking of their emotions for each other. In other words, their bugs. And finally, they provided information regarding their reason to speak to me of these bugs.
君にはそうだな。最後にこの思いを聞き遂げてほしくて語りかけてるだけなんだ。
これ以上の贅沢は望まないわ。でもただ一つ未練があるとしたら、
僕たちが抱いたこの美しい感情が何なのか。
ええ、その名前を知りたかったわね。
Their gazes cross, and on their faces their cheeks lightly redden, and it appears their body temperatures have increased. That's love, child. These fallen angels, is yet another malfunction occurring in them? This case is a first. Unlike other fallen angels, they do not resist, they do not make noise. Are these truly criminals? Does their fall truly threaten the peace of this world? They who do nothing but speak to me?
それにしても断罪の使徒なんて呼ばれるにしてはあんまり怖くないね、彼。
そうね。全体的にふわふわしてるし、そんな物騒な響き似合わないわ。あなたにはもっと綺麗な名前の方が似合うはずよ。
With that question, a strange sound comes from my chest. It concerns me. 3 days passed since then. It seems their jamming magic is most superb. Even God seems to have trouble locating this facility in pursuit of me. The apostles of recollection do nothing but speak to me with peculiar looks on their faces. According to their explanation, these facial expressions are shown to friends and are called smiles. Then why do they show it to me? To them, I am nothing but an enemy. You better get it with the money back guarantee. Come to bring them death. All grows more incomprehensible. However, the more time that passes, the larger this sound grows in my chest, a little at a time. However, all things have their end. On that day with no change, the apostles of recollection spoke as I sat quietly. Then,
断罪の使徒を発見。このような場所に拘束されていたとは。
Apparently searching for me on his own, the apostle of the oracle arrived.
さあ、断罪の使徒よ。当個体が合流した以上、停止する必要はない。追憶の使徒の処刑、今こそその信託を再開せよ。
Nodding to that was, ooh, impossible for me.
何？
当個体による経過観察の結果、この個体に追憶の使徒にカエルムの安寧を揺るがす脅威はないものと判断。
あなた。
Search, think, appeal, to find a reason not to pass judgment on these two. I don't even understand why I do this. However,
その拒否を却下する。
of course it's not.
称賛しよう、追憶の使徒。さすがは地を司る天使だけはある。これにさえ有効なウイルスを開発したか。
ウイルス。
Something like that. I have no memory of being given something like that.
僕らはそんなことしていない。よく聞くんだ。彼の言葉は。
Ah, shit, I don't have my water.
だがウイルス程度ならば、フォーマットにて駆除できるだろう。今は与えられた命令を優先とさせる。まさかお前にこの槍を使用する時が来るとは。
Hold on. Ah, fuck. What? He stabbed it. Ew? He takes hold of my shoulder, and an intense heat runs through my abdomen. I was pierced by the apostle's spear. I only recognized this fact after a large amount of blood began to flow. The spear of the oracle given to him by God. Its sharpness and spirit energy held within is already boast-worthy in power, but its value is its compulsory command effect. While one thrust is limited to one command, regardless of the angel, after being pierced by the spear, the compulsory command is installed in the wound, and its execution is forced. Therefore, pass judgment, pass judgment, pass judgment, pass judgment, pass judgment, pass judgment, blah, 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 blah. You get it. For the piece of kale, death to those who would threaten it. Execute the criminals. The command that would follow, like it's natural until now, encroaches into my brain, and my body begins to move automatically. A glimmer illuminates the inside of the facility. Ignoring my will, the arrows deployed from my back already point towards those two. Before the moment judgment is unleashed.
さようなら、友よ。君と出会えてよかった。
ありがとう。私たちのこの感情を最後まで否定しないでいてくれて。
The two gave me a gentle smile. Atop the floor smeared with blood. Their two dead bodies lie nestled close together.
追憶の使徒の断罪を確認。ジャミングの効果が弱まったと判断。
The apostle of the oracle, once it's confirmed, moves to the entrance where the connection with God will be easier, and turns his back.
お前と神の接続の完全復旧後、報告を行う。お前はその場にて肉体を修復させつつ待機せよ。
I ignored him. Despite my wound, I stagger over to their bodies and fall to my knees next to them. I extend my hand and shake their cold bodies. They don't move or breathe. They do nothing as I shake them. Shake, shake, shake. Shake. Shake your groove. Just kidding. The shaking bodies vanish. Their spirit energy particles ascend. At that, I rush to gather them into my arms.
接続の完全復旧を確認。出るぞ。東へと帰還し、ウェイルスを流されたお前のフォーマットを行う。
Still holding them in my hands, I walk as led by the apostle of the oracle.
報告。神よ、追憶の使徒の断罪を完了しました。
こちらでも生体コードの削除を完了した。
With the connection restored, his will resounds within my brain.
しかし、やはり今回の断罪は痛手であった。仮にも使徒があのような無意味で無価値な感情に落ちるとは失望を禁じ得ない。
And my day is ruined. Meaningless? Worthless? The moment I understood the meaning of God's words,
違う。断じてそれは違う。
何？
before I realized it, I was locked battling the apostle of the oracle. I continued into a complete reckless state, And while evading the attacks of the Apostle of the Oracle attempting to recover me, following the impulses from my chest, I continued to flee. Dripping blood, I continued moving without a destination. When I realized it, my wings were turning black, falling. Did I obtain emotions? But such details don't matter now. I slightly opened my hands. Each contains not even a grain of sand, red and blue fragments of spirit energy. Believing that having this would be enough, I hold them to my chest as safekeeping.
大丈夫だ。同個体の霊力を注ぎ込んでいる。すぐに肉体は修復できるはず。
I shout over and over.
戻ってきてほしい。教えてほしい。答えてほしい。同個体にもう一度声を聞かせてほしい。笑顔を受けてほしい。
僕たちが抱いたこの美しい感情が何なのか。
その名前を知りたかったわね。
共にあの疑問への回答を考えさせてほしい。
That's why. The final fragments disappear. No. Ugh, I have to take this watch off. It's killing me right now. Yeah, that feels so much better. Wrist feels free. I desperately tried to grab them as they ascended into the heavens, but I couldn't.
追憶の使徒の完全消滅を確認。消えた。
Oh, they were in love with each other. We killed them.
死んだ。死んだ。
There, I finally... understood the fact that they are gone from this world. There's something hot filling my chest and eyes, but it takes no shape, and I don't understand. All I know is the loss of them is painful. Where should I go now? Led around for all this time, I have no idea. But at the very least, having said their death was worthless, I felt no intention of returning to God. However, God holds total control of this realm, so there's nowhere to hide. Thus, all I could do was wander, continuing to flee from pursuers, until I happened upon a certain space.
遺伝子認証システムに反応あり。遺伝子認証システムに反応あり。空間の陰徳を限定解除いたします。お帰りなさいませ。
A sector that shouldn't exist suddenly appeared. Inside, I found the remains of a strange structure. I don't know the reason, but it seems this entire sector was hidden, and even God had no grasp of this place. What? Motherfucker, he told Noah to build the ark so he could flood the land for 40 days and 40 nights. And because he couldn't find a pure person in I forget what's the name of the city that he drowns or whatever, but yeah. How the hell this guy don't know what he did? Whatever. I entered to hide myself, and inside is a dimly lit space with a very ancient looking door within. I didn't intend to touch it, but due to my exhaustion, I lost balance in my body and virtually collapsed over onto it. My field of vision opens wide, and light glows brightly. Then there, before me, she appears much like an angel. However, this life form is far smaller and possesses no wings. I realize she is looking up at me.
Who are you? A customer?
I have no name to give her. However, this fact seems to draw her interest even more. The individual before my eyes holds a bundled paper, an antiquated material serving as an information medium. On the surface is the drawing of a man and woman. The smiles upon their faces and appear quite heated. Those two. There is something familiar about the way they look at one another. I point to it and ask,
This? It's a picture book. And it's a wonderful story about love.
yeah, I'm really tired. I would try with the little 10-year-old voice or whatever. Not 10-year-old. 5-year-old voice. Yo, I'm as tired.
Hey, where'd you go? Good grief.
Oh, there's a man. Oops. Yeah, that's what I get for being tired and not reading.
Oh, Grandpa.
Oh,
Grandpa's calling. I'm sorry, but I'm leaving the shop today. But Grandpa will be here, so it's okay. I'll call Grandpa over for you. Grandpa, you have a customer.
if that was love, the name of the beautiful emotion, then I want to learn it, understand it, know that emotion is neither meaningless nor worthless. I shall prove it for certain.